Alright, so in our last video, we sprayed some fertilizer on here with some liquid iron and humic acid and everything to try to get this yard to green back up after spraying the herbicide on it to kill all of our weeds. And I think it kind of broke even. The herbicide made the grass kind of sick feeling and kind of dingy looking, and then the fertilizer just brought it back to like a normal green. Where normally, if you put out that fertilizer and liquid iron on a yard, it takes it from the normal green to a deep, darker green. So we kind of just broke even on it, but it helped the grass bounce back from the herbicide. In today's video, we're going to kill two birds with one stone. I have army worms. Alright, if you don't know what army worms are, they're not like grubs. They don't get up under the grass and eat the roots and kill the grass that way. What they do is they come through and they will eat your grass. They just come up and just eat the grass, as you see in some of the pictures I just showed. But during the heat of the day, they live in the thatch layer, the grass that's matted down from clippings and dead debris and stuff like that. They live in that layer, and they'll come out in the morning or in the evening. I'm going to show you how I think I can get rid of these army worms instead of using an insecticide, and also do something that the grass really needs. So my philosophy on it is, if they don't have a thatch layer to live in or hide in during the day, then they have nothing to come out of in the morning or in the evening. So, it's midsummer, it's August, why not get a good scalp? And I'm talking about a good one, down to the dirt. So my plan is to scalp the yard to get up all of the dead bent grass, the dead weeds that we killed 2 videos ago, and any of the grass clippings or trash that may be making a thatch layer. Because while the yard is green and it is spreading and coming back, it's not filling in like I would want it to, and I'm going to show you why. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll take a look at the condition of this grass and some of these army worms. Obviously you can see right here where this Bermuda is, shoot, it's about 1.5 inches right now, but that weed killer killed some bent grass, and I don't know if you can see the difference between here and here, but there is dead debris all over the place. And then if you get down here to the bottom, you can see that thatch where you cannot see the dirt. I'll pull a spot up right here, get all this dead debris out, and try to make my way down to the dirt so you can see. It's a pretty extensive thatch layer down there. So what I want to do is take this down almost to the dirt to get that out of there, and then the army worms won't have nowhere to hide or sleep or whatever it is they do down there. See, here's one right here, just chilling. Here's some of that debris that needs to come up. This right here is the crabgrass that we showed how water was repelling on it, and now that just needs to be pulled up and just gotten up. It's just dead debris. So another spot where we killed crabgrass, and now it is just brown, just dead material that needs to be gotten up. So it'll get this kind of stuff up out of your grass and let Bermuda spread into those areas. See right here, it's another army worm come up out of the thatch to feed on this, and then right next to him a spot where weeds died, and we need to get that up. Once the grass is cut all the way down to nothing but dirt, to where it's just the nubs of the Bermuda sticking up, I feel like doing that plus the scarifying to rake up the excess debris from the scalping, I feel like that not only will help me do a major reset on the yard, but it will also get rid of the army worms without using harmful insecticides. So let me show you what we're going to be scalping with. Alright, this is my Craftsman T110 riding lawnmower. It's 42-inch cut. What we're going to do is we're going to set this thing all the way down on one, and if I have to, I'll change some of the adjustments on the deck to be able to get down as low as I can to the dirt. I think I'll probably be able to get this grass down to a 1/4 inch, which is just going to leave absolutely no green. If it doesn't work like this, I can adjust it down to where it will get even further. But the furthest you can get down is the height of your deck to the level of your blade inside. So you can only go down so far. In an ideal situation, you'd want to have a bagger on your mower, which would make the job a whole lot easier. So what I'm probably going to do is cut the yard into 4 quadrants, and I will blow all the material either out of the front yard, into the driveway, or into these 2 quadrants here. I'm going to blow into the low spots where those stumps used to be. So we'll do that. We'll split into the quadrants, blow all the debris into one space, and get that up the best that we can with my gorilla cart. And then after that, we'll come through with the scarifier and rake the surface of the soil and get any debris or weeds that did not come up from the mow, or any leftover grass clippings. So let's stop talking and let's just get to the work. And off camera, I went ahead and scalped the edge of the driveway and the edge of the flower bed with my weed eater. Some people call it string trimmer. I call it a weed eater. So I honestly think this is going to work as far as getting rid of the army worms. So I mean, you take away their habitat and their food source, why would they stay? Plus I probably just chopped up all of them. But let's take a look at it. There you go. There is the dirt right there. We're going to go ahead and scarify because I want to get all this. Can you see that right there? That's what those worms are living in. This is what's robbing nutrients from our grass. All our fertilizers getting hung up in there. So we got to get that up. So we're going to come behind it with a scarifier. Those of you that have not seen it, this is my scarifying cartridge for the Allet mower, the Allet Kensington 20H. This thing right here, it goes around and it combs up anything and everything that is left behind. So let's do that now. As you can see behind me, I got the water sprinkler going, and look at all that grass from the scalp and from the scarifying. It's a lot of grass. Anyway, since we put this grass through all this, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to water the grass good this evening, and then in the morning we're going to come right back here and put some goodies down to really boost the growth on this stuff. Alright, so now that we've got all the scalping and scarifying done and got all that debris up, I've kind of looked around, and this morning I did not see no army worms. All day long I've been looking, I have not seen any army worms. It doesn't mean that we've completely beaten the army worms, but I think maybe they're gone. Alright, so now we're going to put out some stuff that's going to help our soil and then our grass, because grass grows in soil. I know that's a surprise to some people, but you got to get your dirt right, like Pete says, before you get your grass right. So we're going to put out something here for the soil, and then something to feed the grass through the soil. It's all one big circle. So this is some Maggie Cow Plus. Now it says $47.69 on here, but I went to a place called Buck's Bargain Center. And this is a place where they get overstocked hardware items from like Lowe's, Home Depot, all kinds of stores. It's just like a really cheap, surplus, overstocked store for like a hardware store. And I bought both of these at that place. This one here is made by Bonide. This is the same people that I get my liquid iron from. Also from my liquid iron and this we get from local places here. You can probably search this stuff online if you want to order it. I'm old school and I like to go to the store, see what I'm getting, and then buy it. And at these bargain centers where I buy a lot of this stuff at, see, this is $47. I think I paid $6 a bag for this. Now this stuff right here is really interesting, and the reason I bought it is because this contains biochar and humic acid. I'll do some close-ups of the labels here so you can take a look at what it says. But it says, if you've struggled to grow a great lawn in the past, poor soil is often the problem. If your soil is too acidic, or having a pH number under 6.2 or compacted, your lawn may not thrive. Oh, it also says lawns thrive in soil with pH levels between 6.2 and 7. Otherwise, light green grass and weeds may persist while fertilizer nutrients are not fully used by the grass. So if your dirt ain't right, your grass ain't gonna be right, which may be another reason why I had a lot of weeds, but my grass wasn't doing too good. So this Bonide fertilizer we're going to be using is a 20-010. Contains iron for deep greening, slow release nitrogen, helps provide extended feeding. And we're going to need some extended feeding here for this yard since we scalped it. So let's get this stuff put out. I'm sitting here sweating like I've been running a marathon and all I'm doing is talking to a camera. So let's get all this knocked out so we can get out of this 105-degree weather. Alright, so now we water it in and wait. Look at that grow in. Yeah, I have mowed it and I have put some stripes in it and made it look a little jazzy. But there is no movie magic here. There is no liquid iron. There is no nothing. I put down what I put down and I did what I did, and this is the result. Now you might see some spots out here, especially right here. There's some spots. Now that is where the quinclorac finally took hold of some of the centipede and bahia grass. And now that's starting to fill in with Bermuda. But no armyworms. And armyworms did not continue doing damage to my yard. So if you've got Bermuda or a grass that will take a good scalping like this and you get armyworms, I suggest you do it. Take it down to the dirt, get rid of where they sleep, get rid of what they eat. And, like I said, put down something to condition your soil, give your grass what it needs, and it'll bounce back and start filling in just like mine has. Now, I appreciate y'all watching, and stay tuned for more updates on bringing this yard back. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and God bless you, and we'll see you in the next one.
I'm walking down the street on clouds instead of the concrete I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way, nothing can ruin my day.